Crystal from the Rain Dance Ranch. We are coming up on the 15th of March. I think it's like the 13th today. Anyways, the succulents are just the champs of this whole garden. I mean, these things just continue to just look amazing. And we have had an incredible amount of rain thanks to the cloud seeding program here in Southern California, LA area. Inland Empire, I think, was mostly affected, but I guess the whole Los Angeles area. And there was flooding, and they have since suspended the program, from what I understand. And of course, there's a lot of questions about that. Although, I gotta say, out of all of the stupid ideas that our government people have, I was kind of like, the extra rain, I kind of don't mind the collateral damage that might do. Of course, all the people that had a lot of property damage due to flooding probably feel differently. But anyways, just look at how amazing these succulents are doing, despite the excessive rain, which I was really worried would probably rot out some of these guys. But time will tell. I mean, maybe in another month, something might rot out. I was particularly concerned about this Pearl von Nürnberg that I purchased right before the rain right here. And when I purchased it, I wasn't sure what this one was, because I think when I bought it, it didn't really have a name. It just said succulent, $5.99 or something wherever I bought it. A lot of times they're not identified. And I knew this was a Pearl von Nürnberg. I got this one at Waterwise Botanicals that Laura Eubanks talks about frequently. Which is about maybe 45 minutes south of me. So, definitely want to head down there one of these days with a couple $100, because they got a lot of good stuff down there. But I didn't know what this was, and then I went to go pop this in somewhere, and I'm like, oh, this looks like the same thing. Now, this one is slightly different color, but it looks like a Pearl von Nürnberg, does it not? So I'm assuming that, maybe after the summer, the coloration on these might even out, but just like identical twins, they might have some slight differences, even though they're the same hybrid. But I was a little concerned because I put this in right before we had massive amounts of rain. This thing is still wet. It's been wet for a month. And hopefully they'll live. So this has been a test to see how things do. These little buttons are doing real good. I love these Crassula button things. I still have yet to find out what this thing is called, but I'm looking forward to the flowers on it. And the kiwi aeoniums are just making me happy. We got some flowers coming up on that little cactus, which I do not know the name of that. But unfortunately here, I have not gotten a lot done because of the rain. For one thing, my new Rain Dance Ranch lab down at the community garden, this guy has had some basketballs land on it. Pretty much all this stuff right here has had basketballs landing on them. And hopefully this one will come back another month. We might start seeing some growth. I think it might be, toward the end of April, I think we'll start seeing some good growth on that. And I don't know where I was at my last video, but I did stick some cuttings from that Nanook in there, and looks like they're probably gonna do good. At Waterwise, I also picked up these sedums, which I want to do something with, but right now they're just sitting here and they look good. And I've been playing around with some cuttings, just sort of, we had another basketball accident that knocked over another one of these kiwi aeoniums over on the other planter, and they were all looking super yellow, so I thought hopefully they'll green up a little bit, and then you can get those color variations a little better over here, and these will start growing on a little bit more, and we can use them elsewhere. But this is sort of like my little propagation area. And I do have some Pearl van Nurembergs growing here, along with these. I just put these here today and I need to process them a little more, but they've got babies on them. These are kiwi aeoniums. But look at this Pearl van Nuremberg. I got 2 little babies on it. So super happy about that. And I did pick up some of these Easter cactus. And this is actually a Christmas cactus. And after I set it next to my new Easter cactus, it started blooming, and it looks like it's gonna get the same color. Who knew? There's a lot to be said about Christmas cactus, but they do bloom. You don't have to put them in the dark, but I think one of the keys to getting them to bloom for whatever holiday you want them to bloom for is to put them in darkness, which after I try it, I may talk about that in another video, but there are other people talking about it if you're curious about how to get your Christmas cactus, Easter cactus, Thanksgiving cactus to bloom. Now this one was already starting to bloom when I purchased it, and I've heard that sometimes they don't like to be moved and then their blooms will fall off, which kind of happened on these, which are Christmas cactuses. This guy, I've been moving him periodically into the sun, but not frequently enough, and it just needs another location. That's geranium, it just doesn't get enough sun. But the Nanook is just taking off like gangbusters, and this is where the basketball accident happened. I don't know if you can see. So I got to get in here and clean up. This Crassula is doing pretty good here. So another basketball accident over here. I need to do some stuff with these. This guy's looking pretty good. However, the basketball. Oh, look. See? Basketball. We had another basketball accident over here, which has funked out the other, not mine, but Sierra's sago. So, what I'm going to do over here, which is why I had to come up with a new plan and haven't done anything in this planter, because we now have basketball happening up here. Now, maybe as it gets warmer, the kids are going to be in the pool, and mom's not going to be out here playing basketball with the kids anymore, and I'm going to have a little chat with her and say, look, I want to get this done, but basketball playing's got to stop out front. But if they do want to continue to play out here, then no big deal. We make adjustments to the person's lifestyle. So you want to, if you're a designer for clients, you have to take their lifestyle into consideration. And sometimes they want the impossible without making any kind of adjustments to their lifestyle. And you've got to convince them, you know, to make adjustments, or you make the adjustment, right? So that's when I'm gonna kind of do a hybrid of that. And I had this container, hanging container, I don't recall where I got that thing, but I think it was like on the side of the road for free or something. And I am going to use stuff like this to cover up any new plantings. So if the basketball lands on stuff, they should be okay. Now, let's see. I might be able to put this on top of the sago as well, and then get some other ones for any new plantings I have over here. It would probably work on this a lot easier, but I think I can work it on there without messing up the plant. And so I really haven't gotten anything done, but I do need to come in and refresh this whole area, and I'm gonna be pulling out those chrysanthemums from my flower garden over at the lab. And upcoming at the lab, I'm going to talk about in my next video, is going to be how I am going to do a cut flower garden test. See what it takes. I'm going to use half of my garden to try to do a cut flower garden this summer and see what it takes to make something like that happen, see how things do. So that's going to be a fun project. Let's see if I can actually get it done. Alright, so hope you guys have a happy day. Hopefully I'll be able to get over here in the next couple weeks before the end of March and get some work done. But take a look at this beautiful. Oh, you know what I love? Hold on. When I spruce these up a little bit, I'm going to put more stuff coming out the sides, like this kiwi aeonium that just sort of fell down in there. I don't think I meant for it to do that. But I knew when I made these that the soil was a little bit too low after I did them, and I didn't do the moss correctly. I kind of don't mind the moss kind of hanging like that, but if you're gonna have like hanging type moss, it kind of makes it look a little more naturalistic, except for these fake green dyed ones, which I regret getting. I didn't realize they were dyed. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know how I couldn't tell that. But yeah, if you're gonna allow these to sort of hang like this, which again, like I said, I kind of don't mind it a little ratty looking. You know, I think it would look good with some more of these like aeoniums and other things kind of coming out the sides. So they'll be kind of like succulent monster baskets. Anyways, yeah, these just super happy. A lot of these succulents I got at, well, not a lot of them. I got one, like, they were like $11 or $12 container of mixed succulents from Waterwise Botanical, and they are just loving life. The other thing I don't know is what this one is. I think it might be one of those purple delights, I think they're called. And that's why it's not that purple, because it gets a lot of sun. But if you actually put those in the shade, apparently they get more purple. So I'm intrigued, because usually it's the other way around with the succulents. You don't get the color unless they get some sun. So I am hoping to see if I can put one of those in the shade and see if it turns more purple. So anyways, the pink scallops are looking pretty good. I wish they had a little more pink to them, but we'll see how they do over the summer. All right, I think that's enough. Thanks for watching 15 minutes of what probably could have been a 5-minute video. All right, This is Crystal from the Rain Dance Ranch, Chino, California. Mid-March 2024. Sierra's front garden. When it rains, go out and dance.